The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 20. Now Pashur, the son of Immer the priest, who was also chief governor in the house of the Lord, heard that Jeremiah prophesied these things. Let's see if he's going to listen. Then Pashur smote Jeremiah the prophet. And put him in the stocks that were in the high gate of Benjamin, which was by the house of the Lord. Usually when you hear that word smote, you think smite, they killed him. But this one says they just beat him up pretty good probably, and they put him in the stocks where he can't move. And it came to pass on the morrow that Pashur brought forth Jeremiah out of the stocks. Then said Jeremiah unto him, The Lord hath not called thy name Pashur, but Magor Misabib. What does that mean? For thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will make thee a terror to thyself and to all thy friends, and they shall fall by the sword of their enemies, and thine eyes shall behold it. And I will give all Judah into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall carry them captive into Babylon, and shall slay them with the sword. Moreover, I will deliver all the strength of this city, and all the labors thereof, and all the precious things thereof, and all the treasures of the kings of Judah will I give into the hand of their enemies, which shall spoil them, and take them, and carry them to Babylon. Oh, he's had it. Yeah. Jeremiah. I don't know why people call him a weeping prophet. This is not actions of a weeping prophet. He tried to help them, and then just in chapter 18, he said, you know what, Lord, they're trying to slay me. They're trying to forgive not their iniquity, neither blot out their sin. So he's like, oh no, I'm on your side. No, I have no mercy for them either. They're trying to kill me. And now this guy captured him. He was the chief governor at Judah. Immer the priest, Pashur the son of Immer the priest. And he renames him to this horrible name. We'll find out what that means. And he says, all those things he just said. He's like, yeah, you're going to go to Babylon, all right? He's not telling him, repent, nothing. That would be like a wailing Jeremiah. He's like, you know what? Let me tell you what's going to happen to you. And thou, Pashur, and all that dwell in thine house shall go into captivity, and thou shalt come to Babylon, and there thou shalt die, and shalt be buried there, thou and all thy friends, to whom thou hast prophesied lies. Ooh. O Lord, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed. I am in derision daily, everyone mocketh me. For since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord was made a reproach unto me, and a derision daily. Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name. But his word was in mine heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. For I heard the defaming of many, fear on every side, report, say they, and we will report it. All my familiars watched for my halting, saying, peradventure he will be enticed, and we shall prevail against him, and we shall take our revenge on him. But the Lord is with me as a mighty, terrible one. So you see what he's saying? He tried to refuse this. He doesn't, it's not something he's choosing to do. He said, everybody's just mocking me everywhere I go, everywhere. And, every day. And he told himself he's just going to stop and he's not going to say it. He's just going to stop it, even though he's like ordered to. But it's burning in him so strongly, he cannot help himself. And he tried to stop. But the Lord is with me as a mighty, terrible one. He can't get out of it, you see. Therefore, my persecutor shall stumble. He knows, he's been through it. He's living with this, what's going on now for a little bit, and he can tell it's not a joke. He can tell it is the case. He can tell it is not going away. It is only getting stronger. And he can tell that whatever people are doing to him, remember you got warned in the beginning, don't even worry about the way they look and how ferocious they look at you. Do not be dismayed at that. Do not. Like, that's one of those things he was warning him. I'm kind of waiting for something to happen, but usually if there's a warning like that, something further happens. But so far, he has been continuing on the road to what he is being told to do, all of it. He hasn't stopped once and like, oh yeah, because remember it said they would make him confounded, they would make him confused. If he is even dismayed at their looks, he says, don't worry about anything, just speak what I tell you to say. But the Lord is with me as a mighty terrible one. Therefore my persecutors shall stumble, and they shall not prevail. They shall be greatly ashamed, for they shall not prosper. Their everlasting confusion shall never be forgotten. But, O Lord of hosts, that triest the righteous and seest the reins and the heart. See? Remember, we just got over that part talking about the Lord tries the reins. Where is that? I underlined that part. Maybe it was in 17. No. Okay, well, we just read that part that the Lord tries the reins, right? That's why you want to be ready and prepared to do any kind of work, because, yeah, why would... Anyway. But, O Lord of hosts, that triest the righteous and seest the reins and the heart, let me see thy vengeance on them. For unto thee have I opened my cause. Oh, now, does that sound like a weeping prophet? He's like, no, let me see what you're going to do to them. They're horrible people. They're just devoid of the truth, okay? They're just... It's like us. It's not there. It's us. You're talking about us. Okay. Sing unto the Lord. Praise ye the Lord. For he hath delivered the soul of the poor from the hand of evildoers. Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father, saying, a man-child is born unto thee, making him very glad. Let the man be as the cities which the Lord overthrew and repented not, and let him hear the cry in the morning and the shouting at noontime, because he slew me not from the womb, or that my mother might have been my grave, and her womb to be always great with me. You see what he's saying? He's like throwing in a little Job there, the way I'm reading it. He's like, you know what? This is how much he did not ask for what's going on right now. Like, he is just, he's at like a crossroads of just like, he does not like to be doing this. And he's saying, you know what? I shouldn't even have been born. You know, why is this happening to me? Wherefore came I forth out of the womb to see labor and sorrow, that my days should be consumed with shame. He's on a bummer, right? Just think, right? All the stuff like he goes through, what he's talking about. Oh my gosh, how did I get in this? And it's just better off I wasn't even born. And then it kind of makes you think about Jesus. Why are they having this? Why we've all been convinced this fake ass holiday, Easter? It's really wrong. It really is. It doesn't talk about it anywhere in here. It's totally made up. Yeah, it's kind of like being about. It's kind of just exactly like this. You can imagine if you put yourself in this position of being almost about carried away to Babylon. Why? Well, like that part earlier in Jeremiah, they don't just not only they just. It's not just they don't think of me, they have just completely forgotten me. And what do we do here? We don't even know about this. We don't even know we're supposed to do Passover. Nobody even hears about it. You can't tell people to go read the Bible. It's just, you don't say things like that. It's like, you have to motivate them. You have to ask the Lord if you can motivate them. Or if the Lord tells you what to do. But it's always a good thing to know how to try to approach people. Keep that on your mind. Keep that on my mind, top of my mind. It's hard when you walk down the street and this deep state, Nancy Pelosi, I don't know how in the world somebody with this, there's no way that nobody that lives in this city, I can't, okay. They have, well, the city's getting sued now because they're calling it containment because they leave all the drug dealers and drug addicts in one area, which is the area I live. And it has never been like this in over 33 years. Ever. Nothing even like comes close to what's been going on. And nobody's cleaning it up or anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, you just have to liken it to all these things in the past. And you read the Bible and you start going, oh, wow. You know, that stuff all happened before. All this was going on before. These Baal worshippers, these Bohemian Grove people, and their significant others just going and getting into drug driving, accidents in their Porsche. If it's one that you've just finally gotten caught for, you can imagine there were like 70 previous ones. If this is the only time you've been caught, right? It's like, what is the recidivism? How many times have you done this before you get caught? And these are the situation, right? Like, you walk outside, there's just feces everywhere, all over the ground. Everywhere. MS-13 drug dealers, like 30 of them, right in front of you. You gotta walk straight through it. There's nowhere else to turn. And someone like that gets reelected for just making it dirtier, filthier, and more dangerous. So it's hard to believe that this is the United States. It's hard to not think that this is like some kind of puppet government or something, and it's really China or somebody else controlling the United States right now, or Germany. I'm not sure. I don't know. but there's something really, really wrong. And to actually reelect someone, nobody here, if you had shit all over it, look at, the worst part about this is nobody is bringing up one thing. This is an absolute health hazard. This is a health emergency. The amount of E. coli that is all over the sidewalk, they are not giving warnings to people, telling them, you do not bring your shoes in your house. Make sure you bleach the underside of your shoes. Do not walk in your home with those shoes on. That's all I think about. All the E. coli poisoning that Nancy Pelosi is allowing to go on here in San Francisco. All the little babies on the carpet. And because nobody has given out this type of health information, it's an absolute health emergency. It has been for 3 years. I don't know what's going on. I don't even want to talk about it. But this is what I have on her head. So yeah, imagine in the days of Jeremiah, there's not toilets, but this same behavior, the same absolute filth that just comes out of really dirty politics and stuff like that. Like, and then you hear this other story in San Francisco headline news. Chinatown is at the Pelosi's throat because the son forced a Chinese, one of his girlfriends, to get an abortion. This is what they claim. This is a couple years ago. This is on YouTube. So when you're politicians, and you heard right, this was about Pashur, the son of Immer, the priest. Right? We're taught these are exactly what we're talking about. These people are allowing this. They're allowing just filth. And that's like a sign of Baal. It's a satanic thing. They love shit, right? Right? They love just you having shit everywhere. It's a deep satanic thing. Feces. All right? Because it carries disease. Right? Can you imagine, right? So now, I'm going to go out on Shabbat and get some air. Boom! Feces everywhere. You can't stay clean if you try. They defile the city. You can't even walk outside on Shabbat without being defiled. It's not even like any of your behaviors will defile you. Any of your actions will defile you. It's these politicians have created a Babylon that it itself just defiles you. You walk out, boom, there's shit all over the ground. And like I said, it's not just that's not the problem is this is an absolute health hazard. This city should have been locked down like 3 years ago. And I'm never going to shut up about it. I'm going to start, I take pictures of unbelievable things. And I have now, you'll see what I'll do next if anybody even wants to notice. But yeah, I have pictures of her now. Color pictures, is a green witch, stuff like this. I'm going to stick them right near the health hazard. And I'm going to start, YouTubing it. I have been doing it. But this is an absolute health emergency. Nobody's doing anything about it. Isn't that disgusting? It's not like everybody's like, oh, there's so much shit. Okay, it's like national news. That's great, but that's not the point. There's a very serious point. I'm a registered nurse. Don't be infecting my neighborhood, Nancy Pelosi. You bring it on over to your neighborhood. You put a People's Park across the street from your house, and you have all these drug addicts and shit dogs, shit people, wherever the shit is coming from, Nancy. You put it in front of your house and you deal with it. We've dealt with it for 3 years, this health hazard. It needs to go straight in front of her house. All of it. I'm going to keep on saying it, and I'm going to keep on bringing it up. Right? I feel like Jeremiah, but that's not right. As I am doing these things, going outside, I'm going to continue to ask people, and I don't care how if they can hear me, I'm going to start speaking to them. And I'm just going to be as smart ass as these shitbags are sitting all over the place, probably planted by Nancy Pelosi, whoever did this, and they're not from here. Not a one of them. And just, hey, what's up? Does anyone want to hear about Jesus today? Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want me to do a quick prayer with them? And I'm not going to be so nice. I'm just going to be honest. It's going to come out. But this is what's going to happen over all this shit in the fucking street. They will not clean the fuck up. It's a health hazard. Do not come to San Francisco unless you want to get E. coli.